What is going on, guys? So it has been a couple days here and I've just kind of not done anything with the cars lately, mostly because they have both irritated me immensely and I needed to just take some time to not touch the cars, and sometimes you have to do that. So I cleaned up the shop, I kind of cleared off the table a little bit. I was working on my fish tank, whatever you can see on the second channel, but this car, it was so close to done. I had so much motivation. I still have a lot of motivation, but when something like this happens, it takes motivation and just plummets it. So you guys saw the fuel pump was leaking. Took it off, opened it up, saw some issues. The seals were dried out. The shaft was corroded from having ethanol sit in it. Completely my fault, 100% my fault. And then the only answer was to send it out, have it checked, have it rebuilt, have it gone through, and them send it back to me. So that's like a 2-week deal. I could have just bought a new one, but it's like $600 for a new fuel pump, and the new one's on. Then the other one should be done soon enough, hopefully. But oh, it just freaking, it was a gut punch. I was just like, it's right there, ready to go racing. Like, it literally would be ready to go racing right now. We would have went racing already. And then, nope, fuel pump. And it's like, oh, so painful. It's just such a motivation killer. And that's what it came down to. So, kind of got me. There was like 4 days at Bradenton and then 1 up at Showtime. And I went to them, hung out with James and that group. And they were basically all rained out anyway, so thankfully that didn't hurt me too much for the most part. But it is definitely a bummer I've missed a bunch of days at the racetrack just because of a simple fuel pump. Again, completely my fault, just oversight. But yeah, so big bummer. And then this car. So the other day when we were doing the titanium work, I pushed this outside. I didn't even start it, I just pushed it outside. And then I went to pull it back in and turn the key, and the fuel pump isn't kicking on. I'm like, what the heck? Like, not even trying to kick on. So I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? So I put a jump pack on it, still no fuel pump. So I'm like, oh, maybe the battery's not dead and it's just the fuel pump's dead. I put a power probe to it and it's like struggling to make anything happen. So it's like, is the fuel pump dead on this thing? And then it's like, that's when you really are just like, I'm done. I dragged it back in here. It was a huge pain in the butt to drag it in here because it was sitting out there for a couple days and it was just kind of part of the yard at that point. I dragged it back in and I just have not even wanted to touch it because it's just irritated me. I was so sick of working on this car after what happened at Cars and Coffee, after the kill switch failing, after clearly some kind of ground or power issue that it's having. I just have had no desire to touch this thing. It has pissed me off so much. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes cars just get to you so much where you're just like, I'm going to park you and we'll talk later. And that's how I feel about this car. This car doesn't even need me to do anything. I have like 3 things to do on it. And those will take me like an hour each. Like I have like, I have like an hour worth of work on this thing. And this happens. And then this car, I have diagnosing time. I don't even know what to do about that. I'm just like, ugh, stupid race cars. That's the moral of the story. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many people you have working on your cars. I don't care if your car was built by the best shop in the world. You're gonna have race car problems, and that's what I am dealing with both of these cars. And it is what it is. But sometimes when I feel this a lot when I'm one man show here trying to work on these cars and they just both have these stupid little stumbles. This car arguably has never truly gotten all of its kinks out, but it's just a real gut punch on both cars. So that's where we're at. Both cars need fuel pump work. I'm gonna diagnose this one a little bit now and we can see what the deal is and hopefully figure some stuff out, but let's get to it on this thing. Well, as I expected, I just checked the fuel pump with the power probe, and sucker is dead. So there's a strong chance that that's my doing with wiring. I've had some issues, but there's also a chance that the fuel pump just died. They're very unlikely because I run the same one in the Camaro, and this one has been pretty solid. I just checked it the same way. So basically just power probe from that one, and you could hear it like trying to twist, but it's just pulling an insane amount of amps. And then you do the same thing with this one, and it just rips enough to get fuel all over the floor, because I forgot that it's an open system at the moment. So I don't know. I'm gonna pull that thing out and see if there's some sort of immediate issue with it, and see if that should help. And maybe we can take it apart and have some kind of deal. Also, Bronte cut my hair again. What do you guys think? She hasn't learned how to fade, but we're working on it. Well, fuel pump is out, and I saw some dirt come out. I just saw it like pour right out of like right here, and that's the outlet, which is a little weird. And then the inlet here, before the filter, seemed pretty okay, but yeah, it's pretty nasty. So let's open up the filter, see what it is. So the disclaimer, this thing has only ever ran pump 93. That's it. But here it is. Here's the fuel filter. Let's open this thing up. Alright, while I'm waiting on the fuel pump, I figured I could shore up a couple other things. So one of them was the vacuum lines. Obviously we had to reroute them now because they can't go over here like they used to, because that would not make much sense. So the time to go under seemed perfect and hide some more things. So rerouted my vacuum lines. Unfortunately, over here is a little questionable. It's very close. I don't know if you guys can see it over there. It's very close to the exhaust. This is the other port, and I don't believe you can clock these at all, from everything that I've ever seen. I've never seen the Precision Gates clock, but that seemed too close to the really hot exhaust housing. This is close to the downpipe, but not too close. I don't know. It's the best we could do. And otherwise, that's it. Trying to clean all these up. I use this nice shielding to hopefully save it, but vacuum lines will melt. They will get brittle. Kind of it is what it is. I would like to go to AN, maybe at some point do like steel braided or something, but for now, it's just the just all the vacuum line. Push to connect, super simple. You know, I keep a roll of it like this with me, and if you have any problems, you can remake the entire thing at the track. So always a good option, and that's what's nice about it. You can cut it, click it together, call it a day. And then next I am just tightening up all the wastegates and stuff. These are a little loose, you see. The exhaust was still a little loose, but it's tight now. For everybody wondering about my mirror, I think my mirror is safe. It was always safe before. I think she's safe again. This can go down a little bit. This can turn, but I'm not exactly so worried about that yet. I still kind of have to trim right there, but otherwise it's pretty decent. And then just have to tighten everything up, and I can't even do the transmission fluid because the engine has to be running before you can truly know your fill. And that's about it. I mean, I gotta finish up this guy. These have to be moved. This is the Induction Performance bracket for their coil packs, and it makes it really nice. You can just pop off the whole coil pack, check your plugs, change your plugs, and then pop it right back on. Makes it so much easier than a couple bolts or anything like that. You can do it trackside really quickly. So that's always nice. But other than that, vacuum line was my big thing. I thankfully remembered after looking at some pictures of how I had it routed before, you know, like which ones go to the top, which ones go to the bottom, that whole goodness. And then this goes to the front housing right there. So hopefully we keep everything enough away from heat where we'll be safe, but hard to say. But I am so ready to drive this thing again. I have to test it before FL2K. It's coming quickly. I think it's October 14th, so we're only like 30 something days away. So fingers crossed, down to the wire a little bit, but I know that the car will do it. It's always done it before, and it should do it again. So that's where we're at. I'm just gonna keep cleaning some stuff up here and then edit up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was kind of just an update, not really a whole lot going on, but kind of the cars just needed to, I just needed to tell you guys where we're at with the cars because they're both in a weird limbo right now of fuel pump stuff. I took apart chips last night, tried to fix it, put it back together, still not working, so that just needs a new pump, which I don't feel like buying right now. I don't know. I'm just irritated with that car. Don't want to touch it. I'm just gonna park it while this car is done and then hop back and forth. That one's just pissing me off. So that's where we're at. Just need to put this thing back together. I don't have the passenger seat in it because it's in chip, but thankfully you don't need a passenger seat for my class. I can run it without the passenger seat, and I probably will do that. So that's good. I'm also down about 15 pounds prepping for FL2K. See if I can get down to like maybe down 25 pounds, under 200. I haven't been there a long time, but maybe. It's not really a goal. Like I don't feel like I'm overweight or anything, so like I don't know, I just feel like maybe I can be able to take a couple pounds off, you know. Took 25 pounds off with the exhaust, took 25 pounds off with a couple other things, and then take another 25 pounds off of me. We'll be in a good spot. So I'm pumped. And then take the passenger seat out too, because Pro Mod. But if I do need to put it back in, it's only right there. So pretty good. Let's see how it goes. So that'll do it though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry I've been so MIA. If you want to see some more videos, check out the second channel. I've been posting a lot of updates on the fish farm and that kind of stuff, and it's really cool, really exciting. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Something different, challenges me in a different way, which I love, and it kind of keeps me going day to day from, you know, the cars when you're waiting on them. The fish and the chickens are kind of like a daily routine. So very fun. Hope you guys are doing well. That'll do it. I'll see you next time. Keep it saucy.